man, so the market is rallying crypto, bouncing from a key level as inflation comes in as expected and rate cuts are now closer to happening. Big data just came out. I'm going to break down exactly what that means for the market, plus what the price action is we're seeing on the Bitcoin charts. If you like these updates, where I give you a mix of TA, of macroeconomics, of all the things that matter in this market, then please do smash the likes. It really does support this channel. Guys, a nice Friday here today. I mean, yesterday we spoke about the fact that, look, on the daily chart, we're pulling back into our EMA ribbon, but it's nothing to worry about. And then yesterday, we got a nice doji candle. This is a doji candle. If you guys aren't familiar with all these different candlesticks and some of the TA patterns, you can check out my program, ijazcrypto.com/TA, which is like a series of lectures teaching you all these different things. So definitely check that out as well. So that doji candle yesterday would have indicated a big reversal, and that is why in my Telegram group I shared 3 new altcoin trades which have done really well here over the last 24 hours as the market has started to pump away from support. So this is really good. Now, why is it we're seeing this? Well, the Fed's key inflation gauge, which I told you at the beginning of the week we were going to get on Friday, which is known as PCE inflation, came out with some good figures, right? You had core inflation showed a monthly reading of 0.2 and 2.6 year on year, in line with expectations. And this is good. This is showing that inflation is starting to be tamed. It's starting to be put under control. And it means that the Fed's policy is starting to have an effect. More importantly, it opens the door, opens the path to the rate cuts that the market is expecting. And remember, we've spoken about this every day this week. The market is not expecting a rate cut at the next Fed meeting in 5 days. You can see that. They're not pricing that in. It's the meeting after that on September the 18th that the market pretty much is unanimous in saying, you know what, the Fed, you need to give us 1 rate cut. If they don't, expect pain in the markets. So my view is I expect us to see a bit of a pump between now and that meeting, September the 18th. Maybe we have a bit of volatility, but I do expect markets to be quite buoyant leading up to the rate cut. I think what then could happen thereafter is the market could get quite upset and maybe have a bit of an anticlimactic event where after that rate cut, maybe we see a bit of a sell-off, right? Maybe we see, oh, look, we were waiting for this pivot for so long and it's more of buy the rumor, sell the news, right? But then what I think will happen after that, so I expect excitement leading up to September 18th. I expect a bit of a dump thereafter. But then I think longer term, market's going to be happy. We've spoken about this. Money is going to be flowing more and more into the economy. And then when you go into the November meeting, where market participants are expecting another rate cut and maybe even another one in December as well, things start to get exciting, right? Because now you're really loosening monetary policy. You're really increasing the amount of money that people have in their pockets, which allows some rotation into crypto assets. The other thing that's important, which we've been speaking about, which has been a common theme of this week, is this rotation we've been seeing, right? It's been a clear rotation away from some of the stock, the NASDAQ, away from some of the tech-heavy stocks, into the Dow Jones, into the Russell. And it's very clear. I mean, just look at the numbers here today. I don't need you guys to be some stock professionals. This is a crypto channel, but just look at it from here. The Russell 2000 is up almost 1% today. The S&P is up 1%, but the Dow Jones is up 1.5%. So normally the NASDAQ moves faster and more powerfully than the other indices, right? The other ones are a bit more safer and slower. But we're seeing that rotation going across. You're seeing people dump some of the tech stocks to get into some of the banking plays, some more of the agriculture plays. And again, what if some of that money flows into crypto, right? That's what's going to give you the narrative behind what could happen in the charts, which is, can we now break out from this very important pattern, right? This is the consolidation we're in. Let me just show you guys. This is the consolidation we're in. We need to break this pattern to the upside. What I don't want to see is us struggle here, miss this higher high, and just rotate over. We don't want to see that. And we've got a long drawdown all the way back down here. People are going to panic again, FOMO, get liquidated. That we want a higher high. We want to break above this level here. Let's pop me out the way. We need to work above this peak here, at least at 72, and ideally getting a higher high above this peak here, which is around that high of 73, 74,000. That's what we need here. Now, even if that doesn't want to happen right away, that's fine. If it wants to go, something like this, higher high, higher low, and start working its way, that's absolutely fine. What I'm cognizant of is I just don't want this. I don't want this, and I don't want to be breaking down from the pattern to the downside. That's the worry here on this Bitcoin price action. Short term, very good, right? A bounce from the EMA ribbon. This normally sets you up for a good move here. You normally expect a good move. But can that move be enough to break out of the channel, retest, and then head our way higher? That's what I'm currently looking out for. If you zoom up to the weekly, then you start to see, okay, all this consolidation was, when you zoom out and kind of get rid of some of the noise, was a pullback into EMA ribbon. Should I really be panicking that much for a pullback into the EMA ribbon? Let me give you another example. When Bitcoin ran here from 64,000, it dumped all the way down into its EMA ribbon. It spent time below and then boom, a big run all the way up to 69,000. Are you really going to get shaken out by this type of consolidation? Right? Look at all these consolidations. Look at this wedge. This wedge consolidated for a long time. Big bounce. Consolidation again. Then you would have missed the big move up to the upside. Are you going to miss the next big move to the upside just because you're scared of Bitcoin consolidating? Look, if we lose our EMA ribbon, weekly EMA ribbon sits at 51,400. If we lose that level on a weekly candle close, then okay, maybe we've lost the trend and now we're heading to the downside and we can start calling out 40,000, 30,000. But where we're sat right now, a consolidation into the EMA ribbon, Bitcoin still sitting strong, in the 68K range. This is strong price action, right? We've got the ETH ETF. We know that's caused Grayscale to start selling and dumping their Ethereum, which is why Ethereum's taking a bit of a beating over the last kind of couple of days. But again, we've seen that narrative before. Didn't we see this exact same narrative when Grayscale sold their Bitcoin? Guess what? All the Grayscale Bitcoin got absorbed by the other ETFs, got absorbed by BlackRock, by Fidelity, by Wisdom. Grayscale will dump and it will rotate into some of the other ETFs. Don't need to worry about that. Any of the price dips you see from that, I'm personally seeing it as an opportunity to buy the dip. So there you have it, guys. A good PCE inflation reading opens up the door to a powerful rate cut. And I think this could be a really explosive couple of weeks leading up to not the FOMC next week, but the one on the September 18th. That's the one I'm really excited about. Hopefully you enjoyed this update. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. If you actively want to trade with me and not miss my next big altcoin trades, jump into the Telegram, ijazcrypto.com/TG. I hope to see as many of you in there as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.